Welcome, creatures of all ages. I am Zosimus Tarkus, the warlord of Thrax. For 2,000 years I have lived... Is this my... Yeah, it is. For 2,000 years I have lived among you and fought in your battles, from the mires of Germania to the deserts of Bactria. But now the time has come for me to lay down my arms and teach the youths of humanity about the lessons I have learned, the people I have met, and the civilizations I have seen rise and fall. Fuck. So... how about that Warhammer Games presentation? In all seriousness, this is going to be a weird stream because I am suffering from a bit of anxiety right now. And, for a bunch of reasons, I don't think there's any pointless to... It's pointless to try and talk myself out of it. It's pretty pointless to talk myself out of it, but you know what? The show must go on. So here I am, VOD Gang, rise up, and today, once again, we are playing Pharaoh Dynasties, and we are reading from, finishing the story of Hercules in Apollodorus' The Library. So... The last few things we did were Hercules did was his famous 12 labors, meaning ridding the world of 12 monsters. Although, of course, as it said, it was originally 10, but it was originally 10, but several exemptions were carved out. First of all, in the second labor, the Hydra, he got help from Iolaus, so as a result, Alt didn't count. And for the fifth one, he got an extra amount of... for the fifth one, he tried to hide the fact that he was doing it for Eurystheus and tried to ask for payment from Augeas to do it. So... As a result, neither did he get the payment, and the task didn't count. So if you chased, as I said back then, if you chase 2 rabbits, you lose them both. So, or rather, you shouldn't try to... Well, you should. In reality, you should try to get paid for things you are already going to do. That's the whole idea of getting a job that pays you to have fun. But... you know what, that's... in the olden days, work was not supposed to be fun. Something like that. Could be satisfying, but it wasn't supposed to be fun. But anyways, that's not where the story ended. After his labors, he'll go on more adventures before he finally meets his end, and half of his soul rises to Olympus to become a god, the other half languishes in the underworld to be met by Odysseus. But yeah, like I said, suffering from a tiny bit of anxiety, but going to try my best here. So, without further ado, let's get going. So last we were still playing what is this guy Agamemnon as the Mycenaean civilization. So let's see. Despite how much the Total War community hates this, I do like the idea of what is it? Oh, Wilusa and Troy are different places in this game. In reality, Wilusa was supposed to be one of the place known as Wilusa was supposed to be one of the possible candidates for Troy. But yeah, I do like the idea of taking ordinary figures like, I don't know, like Agamemnon or Ramses, and turning them into like superhuman heroic figures. The Total War community again hates this, but I think it's pretty cool. Like how in the opening cinematic for this game, what is it? The Babylonian or Assyrian king does like the charge of, what's it? Holy shit. I think I've forgotten the name of the human guy in Lord of the Rings. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, what kind of a fantasy enthusiast am I? I mean, I know there's Legolas, there's Gimli, there's oh, Aragorn. Like, you know how at the end Aragorn does that like lone heroic charge into the enemy, but in the cinematic also this barely known Assyrian king also does that. But anyways, where were we? Yeah, last we checked, we were. Is the audio doing well? Yes. So, generals, Agamemnon, right here.
King Agamemnon.
We have successfully landed on the coast. Where is Troy? Right here. That is our goal. Capture Troy and destroy it, and we will be the king. And let's see, we have Orestes, Agamemnon's son, in the myths, or rather in the play of, who is it? Was it Aeschylus? Sophocles? Hold on a second. Agamemnon play. Oh, Aeschylus, yes. Aeschylus. In Aeschylus, Agamemnon's wife Clytemnestra kills him, and then Orestes avenges her and kills her, along with the help of his sister Electra. And then
Loyal
we have
to the last.
many people of the Aegean Islands, whose remote locations limited contact with foreigners, retain their tribal lifestyle. Well, now that's a helmet. And wait, is that like plants? Is he wearing a plant pot? But yeah, anyways.
The Lion of Mycenae.
Orestes.
State your orders.
This guy. Well, this guy protecting protecting myself against the sea peoples, and
let's make war.
Oh.
I am here for one thing only.
Plunder. Women. An Xbox 360. Yeah, it's probably an Xbox 360. Huh? Oh, I see. But yeah, anyways, there's less to keep track of because there are no agents in this game. So, yeah, let's go.
Lord of men.
I am in a deficit, as usual, because I'm not bringing in nearly enough food. I think ultimately there's really a reliance in this game on trade, which is fine. I'm getting stone, I'm getting wood, deficit for bronze, and lots of gold. I think they should start a trade deal to buy more food. Okay, we have
Epic warrior.
a
giant among men.
Skyrus.
I've got what it takes.
Skyrus. Somebody with a lot of food.
We will win through.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, but he doesn't really like me. Are we at war? No, yeah, we're at war. Okay, let's see if I can, like... Cassiopeia.
I love a challenge.
Ah, perfect. Let's see.
A proper discussion is a great idea.
Oh, perfect. like offer a political marriage. Iphigenia. So Iphigenia is a magician's apprentice. I'm guessing she is blessed by Artemis, considering Artemis wants her as like, you know, wants her soul. Huh, alright. Sorry Iphigenia, but I am selling you for a sandwich. Because that is what people did back in these days. Huh. Neat. Let's see. You drive a hard bargain, friend.
I'll make it happen.
All right. What else can we do? Definitely kind of mini-game-ish. Yeah, this is definitely kind of mini-game.
I won't let you down.
Born for
Companion of Ares.
Where are
In
the Ares
Ares' name.
anyways? Alright. Dear my vassal.
I love a challenge. You can count on me.
Okay, let's do that.
So what do you propose?
Oh, non-aggression pact, alright. Give me tribute. Yeah, this is a little bit... perfect.
I agree.
Do not let my resplendence intimidate you, my courtiers.
Alright, court discounts, court action available.
My court. My court. My court. Such a lovely phrase, hmm?
What are the
Where
plots
was I?
currently? Wait, what are these guys? Aeolia, Boeotians. What can I ask from them? Embezzle. Very interesting. Alright. I am going to embezzle this idiot.
You make your lack of allegiance known to all, Mycenaean. I like your honesty.
Alright. Spy is going in. Let's see.
Companion of Ares.
Let's see if I can chase these guys down.
That's beyond me.
Bring their deaths.
Alright, let's do this. Oh yeah, I completely forgot what I was supposed to be doing, which is... Okay, after his labors, Hercules went to Thebes and gave Megara to Iolaus, and wishing himself to wed, he ascertained that Eurytus, priest of Oechalia, had promised the hand of his daughter Iole as a prize to him who should vanquish himself and his sons in archery. So he came to Oechalia, and though he proved himself better than them at archery, yet he did not get the bride. For while Iphitus, the elder of Eurytus' sons, said Iole should be given to Hercules, Eurytus and the others refused, and said that they feared that if he got children, he would again kill his offspring. The ancient Greeks and most cultures were very, took oaths and promises very seriously. So, this is not going to end well for them, I think. Still, it's a reasonable idea. Even if it wasn't his fault, it was done by Hera. They don't know that. Let's see. Man, I wish naval combat was brought back.
Spears!
Slings prepared. Agreed.
Here we go!
Spears! So, this is it then!
This is a very awkward terrain.
Trained and ready!
Okay, let's...
Combat ready!
Let's shorten them a bit.
For the Achaeans!
Can't wait!
Okay, let's group them.
Stand with your brethren!
Alright, let's go.
I fought.
Not long after, some cattle were stolen from Euboea by Autolycus, and Eurytus supposed that it was done by Hercules. But Iphitus did not believe it and went to Hercules. After meeting him, as he came from Pharaoh after saving the dead Alcestis for Admetus, he invited him again to seek the kind with him. Oh, okay. Need to pay attention.
Advance!
Renowned armored slingers.
Slingshots, away!
Your general is
Someone's
under
called
attack.
this armored. Well, some of them are, I guess. Like, barely. I'm just going to step my bodyguard a bit back. And... Okay, where were we?
Slingers, fire!
Hercules promised to do so and entertained him, but going mad again, he threw him from the wall in Tiryns. Okay. So, maybe he's just easily susceptible to madness. It wasn't just the gods.
Slingshots! On the move! Ready!
Your foe's hidden units stand revealed.
Okay, they're coming for me.
As ordered! Our foe is in sight!
Okay, very interesting.
Forward march! Acknowledged! On the move!
Hurrah! Hungry for glory!
Alright, maybe we should try giving ground. Let's test that ability out.
Sons of Achaia! Sons of Achaia!
Slingers, fire!
Masters of war! Ready to serve! Spears! So be it! Onward!
What? No, not you, you idiot!
Enemy sighted!
We'll show them! Spears! Massacre them! Slowly, slowly! You don't stand a chance!
Alright, let's go.
Trained and ready!
Alright.
Wipe them out! At your command!
Okay, where were we? So the one guy who was on Hercules' side, Hercules just went insane again and threw him off a wall. Shit. Wishing to be purified of the murder, he repaired to Neleus, who was Prince of the Pylians. And when Neleus rejected his request on score of his friendship, Epiduratus, he went to Amalpi and was purified by Dephobus, son of Hippolytus.
Slingers ready! Aim and fire!
Loose!
Spears!
Slingers, fire!
Trained and ready! Move up! Let's see blood! Spears! Slingshot!
Remember, old sling bullets were hit by were often had the word patch or ouch being carved into them by cheeky slingers. They had the right to. Being a slinger was being a medieval slinger was a. Wait, do these guys have shields? I think they do.
Making it happen!
Oh boy.
Masters of war!
Spears! Strike hard! Hungry for glory! Glorious war! End them! You'll soon be crying for mercy. Call that an insult?
Aim and fire!
Okay, the general is fleeing.
Just watch me! Spears! No mercy! At your command! Spears! Death from above!
Oh wow, this was a bloodbath. Okay, anyways, what else were we?
Your warriors
So
are
Hercules has once again been purified. But being afflicted with a dire disease on account of the murder of Iphitus, basically a curse from the gods.
I see trouble ahead! Making it happen!
Spears!
victory is within your grasp.
Forward march!
He went to Delphi and inquired how might he be rid of the disease. And the oracle says, back again, Pharaoh? But yeah, as the Pythian princess answered him not by oracles, he was fain to plunder the empire and carrying off the tripod to institute an oracle of his own. Oh, I remember. I used this as a thumbnail. Hercules trying to carry away the tripod.
Spears! Go at them! Combat ready! Zeus! Defeat is looming!
Alright, that's my victory.
How did you even get this far? Words are cheap. Wreak havoc! At once! Wipe them
But
out!
damn, this is a close victory. Alright. But Apollo fought him, and Zeus threw a thunderbolt between them. When they had thus been parted, Hercules received an oracle, which declared that the remedy for his disease was for him to be sold and to serve for 3 years, and to pay a compensation for the murder to Eurytus. After the delivery of the oracle, Hermes sold Hercules. So Hercules got ransomed. That must be like just an absolute humiliation. The warlord Hercules being captured and then ransomed. The son of the gods. But yeah, anyways, let's see. Hey, and he was bought by Omphale, daughter of Iardanes, queen of Lydia. Oh wait, no, he was bought. Never mind. He's not. He's not. He wasn't ransomed. He was enslaved. All right. To whom at his death her husband Tmolus had bequeathed the government. So he sold as a gigolo. All right. Eurytus did not accept the compensation when it was presented to him. But Hercules sold Omphale as a slave, and in the course of his servitude, he seized and bound the Cercopes at Ephesus. And as for Silius at Aulis, who compelled passing strangers to dig, Hercules killed him with his daughter Xenodose after burning the vines with the roots. Oh yeah, as you might hear my dog barking on. So I will point out that for a while I was suffering from anxiety, but I think I'm doing a little better now. But my dog has a very unpleasant bark, very high-pitched, rough bark, and my chest actually hurts whenever I hear him barking, and it makes it even worse when I'm anxious. So. Anyways, and having put into the island of Dolice, he saw the body of Icarus washed ashore and buried it. You might know of Icarus, which is the subject, which is sort of what the game Kid Icarus is based on. Icarus is the son of Daedalus, who flew through and Icarus flew too close to the sun, and his mechanical wings melted, and he died, and he fell to the sea and died. And he called the island Icaria instead of Dolice. Dolice. In return, Daedalus made a portrait statue of Hercules at Pisa, which Hercules mistook at night for living and threw a stone and hid it. Huh.
Our luck held out today.
Only 45 captured. Huh, that's too bad. Alright, I will ransom them.
Let's free them. Nice. All hands! Companion of Ares! I'll win, or die trying.
Alright, good start. Let's see. Mesopotamian consort, alright. I've never actually met any Mesopotamian factions, so not sure what the purpose of all this is.
Do not let my resplendence intimidate you, my courtiers.
Okay, what else were we supposed to be doing? Hyper sandals, alright. Unassigned skill points. Agamemnon.
King Agamemnon.
So, oh, brutal battle cry. All right. Anyways. Okay. Prudent in victory. What can I get from these guys? Enticing in promise. Or lion-like in wrath. I call Agamemnon a brute. Yeah, I mean lore-wise, so yeah. Wasn't exactly wasn't exactly an inspiring leader per se.
Fighting for Ares.
Let's make war.
All right.
Fit to fight.
Okay, where were we? After the delivery of... Wait, no, that wasn't it. So basically, Daedalus, as gratitude to consecrating and burying the body of Icarus and celebrating his name, builds this ornate, beautiful portrait statue of him, and Hercules accidentally breaks it with a stone. This guy just does not know how to handle things. Ruler of Thrake. Who are you at war with currently? I kind of need this. So, sorry Achilles. No, Achilles is dead. Anyways. And during the time of his service with Omphale, it is said that during that the voyage to Colchis and the hunt for the Caledonian boar took place, and that Theseus on his way from Troezen cleared the Isthmus of malefactors. After his service, being rid of the disease, he mustered an army of noble volunteers and sailed for Ilium. Oh, here it is, here it is. He is going to bring an unholy wrath upon Troy. Alright. Running away. I think. Where are these guys going? I can probably catch them. Alright, so... what's going on? Up, the sea people. Alright.
Get back!
Alright, so... And having come to port at Ilium, he left the 18 ships of 50 oars each. Assuming each oar has like one person at best, I mean, at least, I'd guess that's what, let me do some math, 900 people? And that's not, there's not just enough, just oars, there's also like maybe marines, but yeah. He has an army of 1,000 people. He is going on a rampage. Expired barters. Ah, crap.
Break out the good wine and let's talk.
Okay. Can I have... Perfect.
I'm glad we spoke.
Who is currently my closest ally?
King Agamemnon is a power to be reckoned
Still
with.
no confederate. All right. There's Athens.
We've got plenty to discuss.
This is a good...
King Agamemnon is a power to be reckoned with.
Okay. All right, where are we going now? Royal decree available. Workforce when temple completed. Replenishment after sacking and raising an outpost. Do I want to raise Troy? It would be thematic. Yeah, let's do it.
Falters, but still flows.
Let's see. Settlement upgrade available. Yeah, I can upgrade a lot of this stuff now, because... What can I get from... Veteran Island Skirmishers, Bows of Mycenae, alright. Okay. Laconia. Oh, I definitely want chariots. And definitely want more gold. Construction available. Let's see. Okay. Need to rebuild my... Under the... What's my... what does Zeus think of me? What does my reverence of Zeus look like? Okay, I think we're good. Alright, outposts.
Favorite of the common folk.
Might need this later. Lookout post. I might need to go to war with the Boeotians later, maybe. Let's build a way station. Tiryns, the home of Hercules. Okay, so court action available.
We are all equal here in my court. Except I am
Oh,
slightly more
okay.
equal than you.
He got booted out of the Oracle, which means my... What can you do for me? What can Aeolia do for me? Battle heralds, influence on all my problems, warrior gifts. Ooh, I want this. I'm going to discourage this.
Mycenaean irreverence is a good antidote to courtly bowing and scraping. I offer you strong support. I expect prudence, Mycenaean.
Alright.
My court. My court. My court. Such a lovely phrase, hmm? Where was I?
The lion of my
Where
sea.
are we going?
Life goes
Who are
on.
we currently
Good
at war
enough.
with? Or do we need to sack anyone else? We're at war with Troy,
Life is not
Shekelesh,
fair. Neither am I.
Coretus.
Supreme...
Companion of Ares!
Okay, who are the Trojan allies? Who are Troy's allies? Let's see.
All for love.
All for love. Yep, that does sound like something Paris would say. Trade partners.
You can count on me.
Priam's son.
Non-aggression partners, military access partners,
In
Terea.
Ares' name.
Alright, let's go pillage Terea. Or we could just go straight up north.
Let's hear it then.
Screw it. YOLO.
Heed my will. We've no time for laggards.
Expect further orders.
Okay. Oh, I can get there pretty fast, alright.
I refuse. Landing. Unchallenged in battle. Up pace. Ship docked.
A god among men.
Huh, is it undefended? Oh, but never mind, that is a very, very large garrison. Okay, so... what else to do? Okay, so... he left the guard of the ships to Hercules, and himself with the rest of the champions set out to attack the city. Howbeit, Laomedon marched against the ships with a multitude and slew Hercules in battle, being repulsed by the troops of Hercules. He was besieged. The siege once laid, Telamon was the first to breach the wall and enter the city, and after him Hercules. But when he saw that Telamon had entered it first, he drew his sword and rushed at him, loath that any should be reputed a better man than himself. Perceiving that, Telamon collected stones that laid at hand, and when Hercules asked him what he did, he said he was building an altar to Hercules, the glorious victor. Hercules thanked him, and when he had taken the city and shot down Laomedon and his sons, except Podarchus, he assigned Laomedon's daughter Hesione as a prize to Telamon, and allowed her to take with her whomsoever of the captives she would. When she chose her brother Podarchus, Hercules said that he must first be a slave, and then be ransomed by her. So when he was being sold, she took the veil from her head and gave it as a ransom. Hence, Podarchus was called Priam. So basically, Priam naturally is a little bitter against the people of the mainland, of mainland Greece or Achaia. The city was sacked while he was prince, and his sister had to give up her veil in order to before being taken as a concubine in order to earn his freedom. Wait, let me look at something. Why did he do this again? Why did I'm just gonna quickly look. Why did he sack Troy again? Oh, no reason. He just sacked it because, you know, because he's just because, I guess. I mean, you don't need a reason for sacking back in this case. No, you kind of do. You need a casus belli, but you can make one up.
What I see, I own.
Righteous and true.
Okay, I'm a little bit stuck here. No matter, I can just quickly outmaneuver them.
We have arrived.
Not like in Empire Total War, when just going past an army could allow them to intercept you.
I'll prove myself.
Okay, where to go from here? Let's go north. Let's go fight the. Let's go fight the Coretus, as in case they haven't been finished off already. Let's go.
We've got a long hike.
Let me think. Do I have military access with? Do I have military access with the Boyotins?
Truest friend. So,
military access.
what
Military
do you
access.
propose?
What can I do to give? No. How about a diplomatic marriage? Huh, I didn't know you could do that. Alright. I will support your rule. I will support your rule as your hold over your lands. Yeah, we can do that.
Good.
Alright. Now, how is this going to affect me in court?
We are all equal here in my court. Except I am slightly more equal than you.
We will win through.
Okay.
Poseidon protect us. All hands!
All right. When Hercules was sailing from Troy, Hera sent grievous storms, which so vexed Zeus that he hungered from Olympus. Zeus hanging Hera from Olympus. Huh. Alright. That's kind of dark, but okay. Hercules sailed to Kos, and the Coens, thinking... No, I wouldn't say that dark. I mean, she's kind of the villain throughout this entire thing, so I guess she sort of deserves it. Hercules sailed to Kos, and the Coens, thinking he was... Am I being besieged? Alright. You know what? I can handle this. And by thinking he was leading a piratical squadron, which he kind of was, endeavored to prevent his approach by a shower of stones, but he forced his way in and took the city by night and slew the king. Eurypylus, son of Poseidon by Astipalaia, and Hercules was wounded in the night by Chalcedon, but Zeus snatched him away. Oh, by the way, Chalcedon is later where... Sacred Aegean land. Well, that is what I plan to do. Okay.
Shepherd of the people.
Wilusha in my clutches.
Okay, so we
Ship
are calling
departing.
it Wilusa, and that
Restoring honor. Ship moving. Praise Poseidon. Landfall.
all right,
Wide
it's pillaging
ruling
time.
king. Move yourselves. Making landfall.
I really hope I don't regret this and like some army doesn't just pop out of nowhere. Alright. Yep, I am indeed being besieged.
Companion
Shit.
of Ares! Don't hold back!
Seafaring clubmen. Oh wow, these guys are kitted out. Right, I can handle this. And Hercules was okay. So Chalcedon is a place where a later Roman council to council to determine when Christian orthodoxy will take place. It's the second major Christian. No, the third. There's the Council of Jerusalem, where the what is it? The third most important. There's the Council of Jerusalem, where where the various apostles of Jesus say that Gentiles don't need to follow all the rules of Leviticus, except for the ones regarding sexual immorality, consuming blood, and a few other things. And then there's the Council of Nicaea, which establishes the Trinity as orthodoxy, and then there's finally the Council of Chalcedon. I'm not sure what they decided there. But Zeus snatched him away so that he took no harm. Daddy's favorite. And having laid waste Kos, he came through Athena's agency to Phlegra and sided with the gods in their victorious war against the giants. Oh, so this war against the giants was happening even in the middle of humanity's humanity's time. Atarsia, the ruler of Ahaya, chased you, Madawada, out of your land. Then he harassed you and kept chasing you, and he continued to seek an evil death for you, Madawada. He would have killed you, but you, Madawada, fled to the father of my majesty. The father of my majesty saved you from death. Atarsia, in this case, I might have mentioned before. Atarsia might have been a Hittite word for Atreus, the father of Agamemnon. Okay, so they're all my guys are coming from here. I don't want there to be a... Okay, you know what? This looks like a good spot. I will block off this passageway with... I know what I'll do. I'll keep all my slingers here, and then when the enemy troops come this way, I'll withdraw them. And then I will catch them right here.
All right. Reinforcements! Thank the gods!
Alright, bowmen and slingers right here.
In good order!
And
I cannot be stopped!
Aloetus. Shielded spearmen.
Spears!
Alright, let's have these guys join the phalanx if necessary. And maybe we'll get him to...
Never yield!
Okay, I think we should be good. Oh, right, I completely forgot. I'm the one who's supposed to be attacking them. Basilissa, thank you so much for coming. I have currently just gone over the best part, which is the part where he makes Troy his bitch. I didn't realize that Hercules actually abducted Priam's son as his as Telamon, his companion's concubine. I didn't realize that. Okay, let's create a good old-fashioned wall of spears.
Trained and ready! For the Achaeans! In good order!
get the runners over here and the axemen over here.
Son of Egypt, I fought worse. Glorious war.
But yeah, Priam definitely, I can see why he's a little bitter against the Achaeans, largely because of just
Masters of war.
the insult given to him by the insult thrown at him by the Achaeans, so he's a little bitter.
If they're smart, they'll start running.
Okay. I am going to just have them all sit tight and have these guys all sit tight and just wait to get a little wait to refresh. No, I don't think we can do that. I don't think they can do that because they were in marching state originally. Okay, what was I saying? Not long afterwards, he collected... Oh yeah, I also didn't know that during this time, during the time of myths, during the time of myths of heroes like Hercules, the Giganta Undomaki was also going on, the war with the giants. I didn't know that was also happening. Okay, well...
So this is it then.
A little water never hurt anybody. Okay, let's create a long phalanx over here. And let's get my
Death from afar.
my marksman right here.
Forward,
So, not long afterwards, he collected an Arcadian army, and being joined by volunteers from the first men in Greece, he marched against Augeas. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. When Ares got stuffed into a jar.
He will. We'll show them.
Augeas, the same person with the muck-filled stables. Alright. Oh, I get it, because Augeas stiffed him in his, stiffed him while he was cleaning the stable, so now he's, so obviously he wants revenge. Alright, but Augeas, hearing of the war that Hercules was levying, appointed Eurytus and Cleomenes, general of the Eleans. Oh, it's time for revenge. They were two men joined in one, who surpassed all of that generation in strength and were sons of Actor by Molione, though their father was said to be Poseidon. Now Actor was a brother of Augeas. But it came to pass that on the expedition, Hercules fell sick.
I expect legendary deeds. Spear.
Alright.
Onward. I will prove my strength. Onward.
Hercules fell sick, hence he considered a concluded truce with the Molionides. But afterwards, being apprised of his illness, they attacked the army and slew many. So basically, he promptly broke a truce. Broke a truce because he felt sick. Yeah, basically he fell sick, so he concluded a truce, and when he was done, he attacked anyways. So yeah, Hercules is not a good guy, as you can probably see. Quite the opposite.
Ready. That'll work. Hey, Ares,
I mean, I might have mentioned this before in other places in Discord, but as you know, what they say about the movie Troy, as kids we want to be like Achilles. As adults, we wish we could be like Hector, because Achilles is a traditional Greek hero. All he cares about is glory and pillaging, but Hector truly has honor. and cares about his family and his kingdom.
On the move!
So it takes a very enlightened society to care about more than just deeds in the battlefield and material gain. All right.
Can't wait!
Let's run these guys over.
Naturally! Slingers!
Your general is under attack.
And then let's run these guys all out at the last minute. Alright. On that occasion, therefore, Hercules beat a retreat, but afterwards, at the celebration of the third Isthmian festival, when the Eleans sent the Molionides to take part in the sacrifice, Hercules waylaid them and killed them at Cleone. So he's also attacking them during a celebration. This guy's a scumbag. Alright, let's get a phalanx started.
We will! Making it happen! Acknowledge!
Alright.
For the Achaeans! Understood!
Alright, let's start shooting. Oh.
Ready to serve! Spears! Trained and ready!
Alright, let's push them up for, even further up. Careful. He may be a scumbag, but he's still better than Jason.
Your foe's hidden units stand revealed.
Remind me what Jason did again?
Spears! At your command! Hungry for glory! Foes beware! Acknowledged! Slings prepared!
Alright, I will pull my...
All for
Alright, let's
Your
get a flank
warriors are
going.
wavering.
Let's do this!
Getting shot down here. I love how in this game they always deliberately will target my general with shots. Really? Didn't Hercules like leave early? Leave the Argonaut quest early?
March on! At them! On the move! Combat ready! Forward march!
Wait, oh fuck, all my troops are routing.
Retreat!
Okay. This is not good. Wait, my general is routing too. Shit.
Your warriors are wavering.
Of course! Without question! Slings! Onward, warriors!
Oh no.
The men are fleeing battle! I'm not staying here to get killed.
Fuck.
Awaiting orders!
Okay. Is there any hope of winning this? Probably
That's your
not.
command. Onward, warriors!
And marching on Elis took the city, and having killed Augeas and his sons, he restored Phyleus and bestowed him on the kingdom. He also celebrated the Olympian Games and founded an altar of Pelops, and built 6 altars of the 12 gods.
Bows ready. Don't hold back. Swords to the death.
Okay, the flank attack did do something at least.
Spears.
Okay, let's
Onward, warriors.
try to regroup.
Armed up. Advance. Destroy the foe. Defeat is looming. The afterlife awaits you.
Order! Order! For God's sake,
The men are fleeing battle. Get back.
Okay. After the capture of Elis, he marched against Phyleus, and having taken the city, he slew Periclymenus, the most valiant of the sons of Neleus. And having taken the city, he slew Periclymenus, the most valiant of the sons of Neleus, who used to change his shape in battle. Oh, I know, remember. Neleus is the one who refused to, Neleus is the guy who refused to purify him. So basically this is just Hercules running around killing anyone who looked at him funny.
Your warriors are rallying.
All of these guys were perceived as wronging him in the past.
Here we go. Forward. Foes beware. At once.
Your warriors are wavering.
Awaiting orders. Retreat. Moving up. Move up.
Yeah, it's so over. And he slew Neleus and his sons except Nestor, for he was a youth and being brought up among the Gerenians. In this fight he also wounded Hades? He wounded the god Hades? Alright. Who was siding with the Pylians. Having taken Phyleus, he marched against Lacedaemon, wishing to punish the sons of Hippocoon, for he was angry with them, for both because they fought for Neleus, and still angry because they had killed the son of Lycimenius. Damn it. You know what? That could have gone a lot worse. This is a very typical casualty spread of these times. Pharaoh is looking at the palace of Hippocoon. A hound of the Molossian breed ran out and rushed at him, and he threw a stone and hit the dog, whereupon the Hippocontids doubted out and dispatched him with blows of their cudgels. It was to avenge the death that... his death that Hercules wait. Okay, so a dog ran out at Lycimenius. He threw a stone at the dog, and the Hippocontids ran out and dispatched and killed Lycimenius. It was to avenge his death that Hercules mustered an army against the Lacedaemonians, and having come to Arcadia, he begged Cepheus to join him with his sons, of whom he had 20.
My reputation grows.
Only I give orders.
Companion of Ares.
Okay. This is not good. No, you know what? I think I'll be fine in here. Aegean lookout post. Construction. Okay. Resources. I need food. Yeah, I definitely need food here. Alright, Naxos appears to be a very fertile place.
Do
That's
not
good.
let my resplendence intimidate you, my
Lots.
courtiers.
Let's see.
We are all equal here in my court, except I am slightly more equal than you.
Okay, where were we? But fearing lest if he had quitted Tegea, the Argives would march against it, Cepheus refused to join the expedition. But Hercules had received from Athena a lock of the Gorgon's hair in a bronze jar, and gave it to Sterope, daughter of Cepheus, saying that if an army advanced on the city against the city, she was to hold up the lock of hair thrice from the walls, and that, provided she did not look before her, the enemy would be turned to flight. That being so it's not turn them to stone, it's make them run away. That being so, Cepheus and his sons took the field, and in battle, he and his sons perished. And besides them, Iphicles, the brother of Hercules. Oh, Iphicles died, alright. Iolaus' dad died. Having killed Hippocoon and his sons and subjugated the city, Hercules restored Tyndareus and entrusted the kingdom to him. Passing by Tegea, Hercules debauched Auge, not knowing her to be a daughter of Aulius. Debauched. I hope. Oh, okay. And she brought forth her babe secretly and deposited it in the precinct of Athena. But the country being wasted by pestilence, Aulius entered the precinct and upon investigation discovered his daughter's motherhood. So he exposed the babe on Mount Parthenius, and by the providence of the gods it was preserved. For a doe that had just cast her fawn gave it suck, and shepherds took up the babe and called it Telephus. And her father gave Auge to Nauplius, the son of Poseidon, to sell her far away in a foreign land. And Nauplius gave her to Teuthras, the prince of Teuthrania, who made her his wife. So I already know when this is going to end. Basically, Hercules is going to have a bunch of children, and they're going to start the Dorian invasion, and the return of the Heraclidae.
Do not let my resplendence intimidate you,
I'm well
my
aware.
courtiers.
So where were we? Oh yeah.
Fighting for Ares. King Agamemnon. Strong in conflict.
Let's make war.
And having come to Chalcedon, Hercules wooed Deianira, daughter of Oeneus. He wrestled for her hand with Achelous, who assumed the likeness of a bull, but Hercules broke off one of his horns. So Achelous turned into a bull, and Hercules broke off one of his horns. So Hercules married Deianira, but Achelous recovered the horn by giving the horn of Amalthea in its stead. Now, Amalthea was the daughter of Hymenaeus, and she had a bull's horn, which, according to Heraclitus, had the power of supplying meat or drink in abundance, whatever one might wish. Interesting. So now she has a horn that can he has a horn that can that can produce food and drink. All right, it's like money coming out of your ears. What just happened? Okay, so... And Hercules marched with the Caledonians against and the Thesprotians, and having taken the city of Ephyra, of which Philus was the king, he had intercourse with the king's daughter Astyoche, and became the father of Tlepolemus. If you can't keep up with this, just ask. Just know that I can't really either. Okay. Stranger things have happened. And when he stayed among them, then he sent word to Thespius to keep 7 of his sons, and sent 3 to Thebes, and to dispatch the remaining 40 to the island of Sardinia to plant a colony. After these events, as he was feasting with Oeneus, he killed with a blow of his knuckles Endeavor, son of Archidales, when the lad was pouring water in his hands. Now the lad was a kinsman of Oeneus. Oh, so just randomly decided to punch a kid and kill him while he was feasting. It's like that Batman kicking a guy over for eating an ice cream cone. Okay, where were we? This is not good. Obviously the phalanx is not that strong, so here is what we will do. Let's see.
I'm looking forward to this. Masters of War.
We will just have them give ground and
Foes, beware! Masters of War.
This should be a battle to remember.
okay, I kind of like how this can go. They choose the archers. They don't have that many of them though.
Glorious war! We've got the advantage with our slingers.
Oh boy.
We need more javelins!
Target their hearts.
At your command! Loose a volley!
Alright, let's fire a few shots at least.
Forward march! Moving up!
Advance, men!
Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened.
Your warriors are wavering.
Foes, beware!
war. As ordered.
Alright, the phalanx is getting ready. The phalanx is ready. And I gotta run my marksman here back.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Just watch me. We will. Ready. Bring death. Combat ready.
Your warriors have been routed.
Okay, need to focus, need to focus.
Spears! As you say.
Moving up. Death from afar.
By the gods, your warriors are rallying.
Move up!
Okay, I think things are going well over here.
Spears! With haste!
Sons of Achaea. Defeat is looming! As you say! Onward, warriors!
Stranger things have happened, stranger things have happened. Alright, these raiders are losing, these raiders are losing. Alright, the envelopment does work. Yeah, that's the nice thing about Pharaoh. It's one of the few
Blacken the sky!
You have lost a victory point.
it's one of the few Total War games where units can give ground.
Combat ready!
Okay.
No fear!
Where was I? Seeing that it was an accident, the lad's father pardoned Hercules.
Your warriors are wavering.
Pardoned him? He punched your kid and killed him. Well, to be fair, he is kind of, you know, at this point people are very well aware of the things Hercules is capable of doing, so
Bows
that's just
ready!
how it is.
Combat ready!
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Okay, they're slowly starting to break.
Sons of Achaea! In good order! Rain arrows!
And he is Zeus's famous favorite and the strongest mortal alive. Yeah, you have to give him some slack, because if you don't, he will not give you any. Seeing that it was an accident, the lad's father pardoned Hercules, but Hercules wished, according to the law, to suffer the penalty of exile. Oh, now you decide to be the put your big boy loincloth on, alright. And resolved to depart at Caix at Trachis, and to take the Deianira with him, he came to the river Evenus, at which the centaur Nessa sat and ferried passengers across Prior. Oh, this is it, this is it! alleging that he had received the ferry from the gods for his righteousness. So Hercules crossed the river by himself, but on being asked to pay the fare, he entrusted Deianira to Nessus to carry over. But he, in ferrying her across, attempted to violate her. She cried out, Hercules heard her, and shot Nessus to the heart when he emerged from the river. Being at the point of death, Nessus called Deianira to him and said if she would have a love charm to operate on Hercules, she should mix the seed he had dropped on the ground with the blood that flowed from the wound inflicted by the barb. He says, sorry, I tried to take your, sorry, I tried to force myself upon you. Hey, mix my seed with your shirt and my blood, and your husband will love you forever or something. I'm totally not bullshitting as a way of getting back at your. Oh my god. All right. Going through the country of the Dryopas and being in lack of food, Hercules met Theodamas and driving a pair of bullocks. So he unloosed and slaughtered one of the bullocks and feasted. And when he came to Caix at Trachis, he was received by him and conquered the Dryopas. Oh, flanking time.
Your warriors have been routed. Your stronghold is about to fall.
What?
You're going to suffer.
We're not doing that badly. Like, look, we've surrounded them. All right. And after setting out from there, he fought as an ally of Agamemnon, king of the Dorians, for the Lapiths being commanded by Coronos.
Too much!
Ready!
Your warriors are wavering.
Slings! I'm not staying here to get killed. Pull out!
The men are fleeing battle!
Spear!
Okay.
Go at them!
Take care.
Superior
you are losing
army.
ground.
Defeat is looming! You are no match for me!
Retreat!
Damn it. Alright. Made war on him in a dispute about the boundaries of the country. And being besieged, he called in the help of Hercules, offering him share of the country. So Hercules came to his help and slew Coronus and the others and handed the whole country over to Agamemnon free. He also slew Laogoras, king of the Dryopas, with his children. And as he was banqueting in a precinct of Apollo, for the king was a wanton fellow and an ally of the Lapiths, as he was... So once again, attacking the king while he's feasting, while he's unarmed. And as he passed by Itonas, he was challenged to single combat by Cycnus, a son of Ares and Pelopia, and closing with him, Hercules slew him also. But when he was come to Ormenium, King Amintor took arms and forbade him to march through. But when he would have hindered his passage, Hercules slew him also. On his arrival at Trachis, he mustered an army to attack Ocelia, wishing to punish Eurytus. Oh, Eurytus. Oh, don't tell me they just they raised it. Damn it, this is annoying. Being joined by Arcadians, Melians from Trachis, and Epicnemian Locrians, he slew Eurytus and his sons and took the city. After burying those of his own side who had fallen, to wit, Hippasus, son of Cix, and Argius and Melas, the sons of Licymnius, I've forgotten who half of these people are, he pillaged the city and led Iole captive. And having put in at Cannae, a headland of Euboea, he built an altar of Cannaean Zeus. Intending to offer sacrifice, he sent the herald Lycus to Trachis to fetch fine raiment. Aloes fought bravely, dancing around the enemy's swords and bashing back the thrust of their spears. Yet with each blow he parried and each foe he felled, Aloes only fueled the enemy's desire to ensure his demise. Though the realm now laments his passing, his wish was to meet a glorious end in combat. Cover his body and feast. No, I can't feast. I'm too busy I'm too busy burning down Troy. I can spare some gold, though. Okay, what just happened? Okay, they have captured it. Let's see. Okay, at Sparta, let's get at building. Amphitryon, Creton, and Turius. Okay, we can do this.
Companion of Ares.
Okay, let's give him heavy armor. Let's give him a double-edged sword. Clearly, a phalanx isn't going to work against these this enemies. I need to actually play a little more aggressive. All right, we'll do that. Pickpocket. All right. All right. And in the... Wait, what was I saying? And having put in at Cannae a headland of Euboea, he built an altar of Cannaean Zeus. Intending to offer sacrifice, he sent the herald Lycus to Trachis to fetch fine raiment. From him, Deianira learned about Iole, and fearing that Hercules might love that damsel more than himself, she supposed that the spilt blood of Nessus was in truth a love charm, and with it she smeared the tunic. So Hercules put it on and proceeded to offer sacrifice. No sooner was the tunic warmed that the poison of the Hydra had begun to corrode his skin, and on that he lifted Lycus from his feet, hurled him down from the headland, and tore off the tunic which clings to his body, so that his flesh was torn away with it. Damn. In such a sad plight, he was carried on shipboard to Trachis, and Deianira learned from what had happened, hanging himself. But Hercules, after charging Hylas, his elder son, by Deianira to marry Iole when he came of age, proceeded to Mount Oeta in the Trachnian territory, and there he constructed a pyre, mounted it, and gave him orders to kindle it. So all this time, he has suffered like he's basically been flayed alive from the waist up, and he's still somehow saying, "I'm flayed alive. Put me out of my misery by burning me alive." Now that's what I call toxic masculinity. When no one would do so, Poeas, passing nearby to look for his flock, set a light under to it. On him, Hercules bestowed his bow. While the pyre was burning, it is said that a cloud passed under Hercules and with a peal of thunder wafted him up to heaven. Therefore he had obtained immortality, and being reconciled to Hera, he married her daughter Hebe, by whom he had sons, Alexiarus and Anicetus. And he had... Okay, hold on. So what are we building here?
Not happening.
I rely on your strength.
Okay, let's... Okay, first of all, let's see if we can...
We are all equal here in my court, except I am slightly more equal than you.
Okay, Laconia. Alright, okay, let's do
Agamemnon.
this.
Might prevails. Prepare. Let my enemies beware.
Okay, Agamemnon should lead the charge.
Wilusha in my clutches.
Let's see, let's build a... Let's build some ladders.
Cracks in order, bonds in chaos.
And a siege tower.
Patience will bring them down. Fighting for Ares. Onward to glory.
Let's see, let's give him some axemen, some swordsmen. Generally, spears are not really good on walls.
Get going. No one shall take like offer their offspring. Don't let up.
Come to think of it,
I
maybe I
live
should
for
try...
Get in there. Our siege will break them.
Alright.
It's not
This
over
is going
yet.
to take a little while. And so... Okay, so let's
Armed and ready.
do this. I could definitely use some chariots.
I seek warriors with heart.
And I could also use expendable spearmen.
You stand with me
Wait.
now. You are my chosen.
Special
We will go
recruitment.
down in
Very-
history. You can count on me. Serve with honor.
Okay, let's get someone from this area too.
Fighting for Ares. Fighting for Ares. Loyal to the last.
Why is there only one recruitment slot? Fine.
I need vigilance and skill. Doing Hades' work. Companion of Ares.
Okay, so... Oh, there's recruitment units too. Recruitment too, alright, so... Argive, Axemen, Messenian Raiders, Spearmen.
Strong and sound of mind. I rely on your strength. You stand with me now.
Alright, there we go. Okay, what was I saying? Alright, so... You know what? Do I have to go over this? It's once again more and more and more family tree stuff, like... But when Hercules had been translated to the gods, his sons fled from Eurystheus. His sons... fled from Eurystheus and came to Cakes. But when Eurystheus demanded their surrender and threatened war, they were afraid, and quitting Trachis, fled through Greece. Being pursued, they came to Athens, and sitting down on the altar of mercy, claimed protection. Refusing to surrender them, the Athenians bore the brunt of war with Eurystheus and slew his sons, Alexander, Iphimenon, Eurybius, Mentor, and Pyramis. Eurystheus himself fled in a chariot, but was pursued and slain by Hylas, just as he was driving past the Scironian cliffs. And Hylas cut off his head and gave it to Alcmena, and she gouged out his eyes with weaving pins. After Eurystheus had perished, the Heraclids came... oh, I see. So all these people, these sons are called Heraclids. The Heraclids came to attack Peloponnese and they captured all of the cities. This is the Dorian invasion. When the year had elapsed from their return, a plague visited the whole of Peloponnese, and an oracle declared this happened on account of the Heraclids, because they had returned before the proper time. Hence, they quitted Peloponnese and retired to Marathon and dwelt there. Now, before they came out of Peloponnese, Tlepolemus had killed Licymnius inadvertently. For a while he was beating a servant with a stick. Licymnius ran in between, and so he fled not with a few. And came to Rhodes and dwelled there. The Hylas married Iole according to his father's commands, and sought to effect the return of the Heraclids. So he went to Delphi and inquired how they should return, and the god said that they should await the third crop before returning. But Hylas supposed that the third crop signified 3 years, and having waited with that time, he returned with his army of Hercules to Peloponnese, when Tisamenus, son of Orestes, was reigning over the Peloponnesians. And in another battle, the Peloponnesians were victorious, and Aristomachus was slain. But when the sons of Cleodius were grown to man's estate, they inquired of the oracle concerning their return. And the god, having given the same answer as before, Temenus blamed him, saying that when they had obeyed the oracle, they had been unfortunate. But the god retorted that they were themselves to blame for their misfortunes, for they did not understand the oracles. No, seeing that by the third crop he meant not a crop of the earth, but a crop of a generation, and that by the narrows he meant the broad-bellied sea on the right of the isthmus. And on hearing that, Temenus made ready the army and built ships on Locris, where a place is now named Naupactus from that. While the army was there, Aristodemus was killed by a thunderbolt, leaving twin sons, Eurysthenes and Procles, by Argia, daughter of Autesion. And it chanced that a calamity also befell the army of Naupactus, for there appeared to them a soothsayer reciting oracles in a fine frenzy. Aye, whom they took for a magician sent by the Peloponnesians to be the ruin of the army. So Hippotus, son of Phylas, son of Antiochus, son of Hercules, threw a javelin at him, and it hit and killed him. In consequence of that, the naval force perished with the destruction of the fleet, and the land force suffered from famine, and the army disbanded. When Temenus inquired of the oracle concerning this calamity, Wait, where is this? Where is this? Oh! Okay. That's kind of weird. So the rebels just came and attacked me instead of the people they were rebelling against? Wow. So the rebels who were supposed to be rebelling against the Coretis just arbitrarily attacked me. Hilarious.
I'll break the enemy. Don't hold back!
I'm afraid I cannot.
Alright, chariot battle. So they killed the soothsayer. When Temenus inquired of the oracle concerning this calamity, the god said these things were done by the soothsayer, and he ordered them to banish the slayer for 10 years, and to take for his guide the three-eyed one. So they banished Hippotus and sought for the three-eyed one. And they chanced to light on Oxylus, son of Andrymon, a man sitting on a one-eyed horse, its other eye having been knocked out by an arrow, for he had fled to Elis on account of a murder, and was now returning from there to Aetolia after the lapse of a year. So guessing the purport of the oracle, they made him their guide, and having engaged the enemy, they got the better of him by both the land and sea, and slew Tisamenus, son of Orestes. Their allies, Pamphilus and Dymas, the sons of Igemeneus, also fell at the fight. Alright. Expendables.
At your command!
They'll drown in their own blood. Chariots to the fore! Works for me!
Alright, they are slingers. I do not want to lose any of my chariots. Oh, alright, the battle has begun.
Here we go!
Of course.
Get in there! Lead, charioteers! Chariots, advance! With me, charioteers! Bring down!
Onward!
Forward, march!
Advance, men!
Chariots to the fore! Chariots moving out! Good to go!
Your general is under attack.
Alright, I think their chariots are attacking now.
Spear! We will aim for their fighters!
Moving up! Massacre them!
Arms up!
Alright, let's see if this works. Ow.
Your hidden units stand revealed.
Making it happen! There they are! Go at them! Spear! Masters of war! No mercy!
Your warriors have been routed.
Combat ready! Don't hold back! Combat ready! Attack! We'll show them! As one! Let's do this! Kill them!
I'm not staying here to
Alright,
get
so
killed.
where were we? When they had made themselves masters of the Peloponnese, as they set up 3 altars of paternal Zeus and sacrificed upon them and cast lots for the cities. Yes, nothing, no better way of appointing, and government officials. No better way of appointing government officials than gambling for it.
Strike hard!
I mean, City of Ember could take.
Destroy them!
I was clearly taking some notes. And now, and they brought a pitcher of water and resolved that each should catch a lot. So the first drawing was for Argus, the second for Lacedaemon, and the third for Messene. And they brought a pitcher of water and resolved that each should cast a lot. Now Temenos and the 2 sons of Aristodemus, Procles and Eurysthenes, threw stones, but Cresphontes, wishing to have Mycenae allotted to him, threw in a clod of earth. As the clod was dissolved in the water, it could not be but that the other 2 lots should turn up. The lot of Temenos having been drawn first, and that the son of Aristodemus second. Wait, so basically Cresphontes threw in a clod of earth that dissolved in the water, that made sure that the stones couldn't turn up. So basically, paper doesn't beat rock, dirt does. All right. And on the altars on which they sacrificed, they found signs lying. For they who got Argus by the lot found a toad, and they who got Lacedaemon found a serpent, and those who got Messene and Messene found a fox. And to these signs the seers said that those who found the toad had better stay in the city, seeing that the animal had no strength when it walks, and those who found a serpent would be terrible in attack, and those who found the fox would be wily. So Lacedaemon. So the Spartans are terrible at attack. Alright. That kind of does make sense. That kind of does make sense. I mean, the most famous battle was... The Spartans really were a one-trick pony. They couldn't really do anything other than a phalanx. They weren't really good at... They never used shock cavalry. Now, Temenus, passing over his sons Agelaus, Eurypylus, and Callias, favored his daughter Hernetho. Yeah, given they lived more on their reputation than real battle. Exactly. And their husband Daphontus. Hence, his sons hired some fellows to murder their father. On the perpetration of the murder, the army decided that the kingdom belonged to Hernetho and Daphontus. Crespontus had not long ruled over wait, so oh, never mind. So I get it. So Crespontus wants Messene, so because he throws in a clod of dirt that dissolves, it means he comes up last. All right. So Temenus Temenus stayed in the city since it has no strength. And was killed. Crespontus had not long reigned over Messene when he was murdered with two of his sons, and Polyphontus, one of the true Heraclids, came to the throne and took a wife. Against her will, Merope, the wife of the murdered man, but he too was slain, for Merope had a third son called Aeptus, whom he gave to his own father to bring up. When he has come to manhood, he secretly returned, killed Polyphontus, and recovered the kingdom of his fathers. Well, that's Greek mythology. No, there's more. What's left in the library? Let me see. That's book 2. There's Europa, Theseus, the Trojan War. Sometime I might have to read the entirety of the Aeneid. Not the Aeneid, the Odyssey, and the Iliad. Then I can try playing as Troy. Or I don't know. Or maybe I'll just play play this one in hard mode. But yeah, that was quite fun. I'm glad I can find. I'm definitely glad I can find people who can nerd out about unabridged literature as much as I do. And honestly, the unabridged version really doesn't. The thing about the unabridged versions of a lot of this old Greek literature is that it doesn't really shirk on the fact that these guys were all colossal selfish assholes who wanted nothing but power and were willing to murder their own husbands and wives for it.
That's how it's done. Enslave them. Companion of Ares. We're on the move. I'll break the enemy.
I mean, it's far more interesting than medieval ones. What's medieval literature? Oh yeah, I was trying to at one point read this book called Armand de Gaulle, which is like a literature, which is like chivalrous literature, written a little bit after the discovery of the New World during the Renaissance in Spain. Because that was the time when so Don Quixote, as you might know, is satire. Satire of a genre of medieval chivalrous literature that existed at the time when knights were finally starting to die out. So Armand de Gaulle is basically celebrating like the Middle Ages and the chivalrous and the chivalrous ideals of. Oh, so Armand de Gaulle was one of the things Don Quixote critiqued. Yes, exactly. So I know about it because Cervantes did not like the genre most, of course. So I know about it because I'm from California, and the name California comes from the character in the stories of Armand de Gaulle, Califia. So the term Califia comes. Califia is a queen who comes from the land of California, far away. California, first of all, the name comes from Caliph because the Californians are allied with the Muslim Arabs. California is a land of gold and griffins, run by women, run by Amazon women. So Califia takes an army of women to Constantinople and joins the Saracens there to besiege it. Because, you know, this is in the Middle Ages, and Constantinople has not been taken yet, even though by the time of the writing it already has. So ultimately, Califia is defeated, and she converts to Christianity, and she marries one of Armand's husbands, and goes back to spread Christianity in California. So the people who ultimately discovered California for Europe were Spanish, and since there was so much gold in California, they said this must be it. I think, I don't know whether it was gold or just natural resources in general, but yeah.
Hero material.
So that's one example, I suppose, of the medieval equivalent of this kind of literature. There are also a few examples like the Song of Roland, which is basically the ultimate example of the ultimate example of medieval Germanic butthurt, because they say, oh, Roland died heroically Roland the Paladin died heroically to help defeat the Saracens, when in reality it wasn't the Saracens. They got their ass kicked by the Basque pagans, which one of the inspirations for Don Quixote was an actual conquistador. Is that so?
For glory! I shall bind you into an army.
Let's see. Even though it was the Song of Roland is Cope, even though it was the Basques.
Serve with honor. You are my chosen.
Let's see.
Strong and sound of mind.
Fighting for Ares. I need vigilance and skill.
But yes, ancient literature is definitely more raw and gritty, and without any kind of ideological drive compared to medieval literature. Like, for example, Beowulf is supposed to actually be a good guy because he is Christian. Of course, that all is thrown out the window by the time of Shakespeare, when Conquistador of Colombia. Oh, I see. Gonzalo Jimenez de Quesada. By the way, is this a hot take that Shakespeare, the work of Shakespeare, is sort of returning to the roots of tragic, brutal, tragic adult literature that was in Greek tragedies? Like Shakespeare, there was a big pause between the days of between the end of the ancient times and Christianity and the Renaissance, when Shakespeare decided that that God will forgive me for telling you guys a good story. I mean, one thing to note is that Shakespeare's works is full of suicide, and which of course was a big no-no in Christian Europe. Shakespeare just plagiarized Italian theater. Well, I guess that would make sense, since the Italians were the ones who wanted to go back to the roots of antiquity with art. And I do kind of wonder what exactly was it that was. Yes, the Italian artists in general wanted to go back to the roots of pre-Christian Europe for art, but quite often the popes and the Catholic Church were also on board also. So, did everyone just get sick of Christian Puritanism from top to bottom? I mean, it's called the Renaissance for the reason, the rebirth. But yeah, the pendulum always swings in both directions. Once here, I mean, in high school we were all required to read Romeo and Juliet. The Catholic Church did get heavily into classical imagery, right?
Companion of Ares.
Maybe they just wanted to define themselves as different from the Muslims who they were rivals, because you know how it is. Muslims aren't allowed to actually draw things, so they basically want to say we can do things that you can't. Anyways, that is the story of Hercules. I think I'm going to end it there. I do have a bit of work to do, but thank you all so much for coming. I feel so grateful. You have made your mark in history, the history of my life. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be streaming again. I'm going to be recording a different kind of classic fantasy literature. Just look at any churches built in the era. It's filled with classical tropes. In the Sistine Chapel, Jesus looks like a Greek god. Well, more. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, but yeah, I am going to be reviewing a classic work of Japanese fantasy literature called Record of Lados War. Probably not gonna have the same kind of niche that you guys came for, but I'll be doing it anyway. So thanks for coming, and expect more to come. I will see you later.